This is Flashpoint, owned and operated by Kenneth Copeland on the Victory Network. We got a whole bunch of televangelists here on screen. These people are obsessed with spreading right-wing propaganda and are absolutely terrible people, in my opinion. Right, so we've got Gene Bailey on the left. Jesse Duplantis is next. Almost forgot his name there. He's famously the guy who Kenneth Copeland was talking to when he said that airplanes are just big tubes full of demons. Then we got Rick Green. That guy started the Patriot Academy, which is like a nonprofit organization dedicated to creating Christian nationalist propaganda. Then we got Mike Lindell. Everyone knows Lindell. Lance Walna, he's a Russian agent for all intents and purposes, in my opinion. His bank account was even frozen recently for money laundering. Seriously. And then we got Hank Kunneman on the right, and he's just another televangelist that lives in Omaha, Nebraska. Okay, so let's give this a watch. And while we watch, we're going to play Breath of the Wild 2, Tears of the Kingdom. So, yeah, it'll be in the background. If you haven't played it before, don't worry about it. Just, it's no big deal. All right, let's listen.
Before I go any further, we've got a very special guest in the house that I'm honored she would come. Kathy Duplantis, would you please stand up, greet the crowd?
Kathy Duplantis, I assume, is Jesse Duplantis' wife? I can only guess. Does she consider herself a prophet also, I wonder?
I knew you were on your best behavior.
I'm doing the best I can.
All right, so gentlemen, we've seen all this happening. Of course, we were talking about the border earlier, and now we're talking about the what was just released with James Comer and all of the revelations of the Biden lies.
Okay, so the accusation was Biden received money from the Chinese government. That was the claim. It's simply patently false. That did not happen. Quick interjection. I won't take long. I just wanted to tell you guys, YouTube's algorithm operates off of a few factors. Watch time, whether or not you subscribe, and whether or not you like something. So if you really want to help my channel, I would appreciate it if you guys watch the video to the end. If you don't watch it to the end, just watch a little bit longer than you would have otherwise. I would appreciate that very much. All right, let's get back to the video. Now, Hunter Biden had stock. I mean, every rich person has stock in different countries. Like Donald Trump has stock in China, in Russia, in Norway, in Finland, in the UK. He's got stock in the British pound. He's got stock in the euro. He's got stock in the ruble. He's got stock in everything. Particularly because Donald Trump has his hats that are made in China. Donald Trump makes his hats in China. So naturally, Donald Trump has a ton of investments in China, obviously, right? So Hunter Biden had this investment in some Chinese company, not Chinese-owned company, but just a company that operates out of China. That's it. It's not a company that is connected to the Chinese government at all. So anyways, Hunter Biden had stock in this company that was operated out of China, right? And he sold his stock in that company. Hunter Biden did. Back in, I don't know when, 2020, 21, 22, I don't know exactly when. He sold his stock, which was worth somewhere in the vicinity of 1.2 million, something to that effect, which is a lot of money. But when you're dealing with the tens of millions that, the whole family is worth overall, it's like nothing. So anyway, the Bidens sold their stock that was worth somewhere in the range of $1.2 million. They sold their stock in this company, and James Comer, the guy that we just heard talking just now, claimed that that was a payment from China. the Chinese government. The Chinese government paid Hunter Biden and Joe Biden just for what? I mean, he doesn't specify. He wants to leave it open. He doesn't want anybody to, like, ask questions or point out how absurd it is or point out the fact that it was just a normal business dealing, the type that Donald Trump does all the time. There's nothing special or unique or weird about it. So anyways, that's the reality of what's being discussed right now. That's what actually happened. I'm sorry, I've been heavily into playing Breath of the Wild more than watching the TV show this time. I apologize, guys. I'm just so into this game. It's fantastic. My fault. You've recently started asking to finish whole videos. Is it better for me to not watch your videos if I know I'll be stopping and starting? You rock. Oh, no. Thank you for asking that. That's a good question. And the answer is no, it's better to have a view. It's better to get the view anyways. If you can't finish a video, that's okay. Just make it through as far as you can. The key is watch time. That's what it is. It's not like by a percentage or whatever. It's just how much time are you going to put into my channel? So if you're only going to put a little bit of time in, that's better than no time at all. So yeah, it's better to watch a little bit than to watch none at all, basically. Thank you for the question. That's a good question. This is a complicated part of the algorithm that a lot of people are completely unaware of. So these are good questions. Having been somebody who has been on YouTube for 7 years, maybe even 8 years, I feel I know how the algorithm works better than just about anybody. And I welcome all questions. So please, any questions at all, feel free to ask them. About the algorithm or anything at all, not just about watch time or whatever, about anything. I would be willing to bet that I can answer your questions when it comes to YouTube. So anyways, thanks for the message. I listen a lot while I code, so I end up walking away frequently. Yeah, like I said, some watch time is better than no watch time. Not by percentage, it goes by total amount viewed. I'm just looking for, like, any constructs that I can attack right now. Looking for any enemies whatsoever. Just anybody that I can hit because I really need extra Zonai charges and stuff. That's probably what I'm going to be doing for the next few minutes. It's just looking for, like, extra enemies and stuff. All right, let's keep listening here.
Now, you have to understand something. This isn't up for debate anymore. It's not up, did this or happen or not. It happened.
What? Biden being corrupt? Is that the claim that they're making? No, it didn't. Biden did not do something corrupt. Like, you can believe that he did all you want, but that is completely made up. Biden is not corrupt. Biden is about as incorrupt as it gets as far as politicians go, in my opinion. Like, anybody who can withstand the scrutiny of the Republican Party is about as uncorrupt as it gets, in my opinion. And now, are they going to, is his son Hunter, is his son Hunter of, questionable, has he done questionable things? Oh, sure. But he's not in government. And that's really all I care about, that he's not in government. If Hunter got into government, that's something I'd care about. But honestly, in my opinion, a lot of the things that even Hunter has done has been dramatically blown out of proportion, embarrassingly blown out of proportion. So, yeah.
Now, you saw the deflection to Trump, and that worked for a while. It didn't work with us. Most of us with a brain figured that out.
Well, I mean, everything that they say about Hunter or Trump is a deflection. I'm sorry, everything that they say about Biden or Hunter is a deflection from Trump. That's what it's all about. It's all deflection.
So, when you have all of these lies coming at you, it's really easy to lose track. But let me go to you, Lance. First out of this, the the lies, see,
Jesse's sitting next to you. I thought I was taking a break.
you see, here's my issue. I go to him.
They have this weird back and forth, these two, like Lance Wallnau and Gene Bailey, where they're really aggressive to each other, and they kind of couch it as a joke, but I don't think it's really funny at all. And I don't find it amusing in any way. It's just very strange. It's a strange thing to watch, and it's uncomfortable.
Him after somebody, he complains. I go to him first, he complains.
All right.
See what I'm saying? Like, it's just really, really weird, is all I'm saying.
All right. Now I'm paying attention now. What was this?
Welcome to the show. All right, let me start with Jesse.
No, I'm ready.
Oh, now you're ready.
I'm ready now.
All right, so let's talk about the press conference. Nobody covered it except Fox, which is,
I'm not sure which press conference they're referring to here.
anyway.
Right.
What does that say about the American people? And I want you to comment on what the revelations were.
Well, listen, this is amazing. The big story that nobody really wants to talk about is Senator Grassley has had a letter from a whistleblower. Remember when Trump was...
Ooh, okay, this is really interesting. This whole Senator Grassley had a letter from a whistleblower thing. Yeah, so this is interesting to me. Let me tell you why. It's completely fake. It was fake from the very beginning. There was no whistleblower. Like, it was entirely fabricated, like all of it. This supposed whistleblower supposedly claimed that there was a document in the FBI's vaults or whatever, somewhere, that detail malfeasance on the part or on Biden's part. Like, Biden did something questionable. Didn't specify what exactly. Didn't specify where to find the document or what the document said. Hell, didn't even specify who was making the claim. But somebody, according to Chuck Grassley, claimed that Biden did something wrong. What is that thing? Don't know. And that's what they're talking about right now. And now the whistleblower supposed whistleblower, is refusing to come forward. They're like, okay, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not saying anything. Fox News ran with this story. They talked about it. Oh, there's some whistleblower coming out and saying Biden is corrupt and evil and he's done something bad. And then the whistleblower just disappears. Like, oops. Was there ever a whistleblower, is my question. And the answer is almost certainly no. The whole thing was probably made up. This is my guess. But that's what they're referring to right here. This probably, depending on when this came out, let's see, this is May 11th. Yeah, this probably came out before the whistleblower just disappeared into the ether and said, yeah, I'm not talking about this anymore, so go heck yourself, basically.
Is Senator Grassley has had a letter from a whistleblower. Remember when Trump was being impeached, how the whistleblower was celebrated? They're like a hero. They bring him out, he's dressed in a uniform, and it's like,
Okay, well, the whistleblower was known at the time. We had an idea of who we were talking about. In this case, there is no whistleblower. Nobody has any idea who we're talking about. That's the issue. You want to be taken seriously? Tell us who you're talking about. Or at the very least, look, I get sometimes you can't come forward with whistleblowers. I get that. Sometimes you got to keep whistleblowers' identities a secret. That's okay. Give us something, some evidence, anything at all. They've given us nothing. This supposed whistleblower comes out of the woodwork and says, supposedly the FBI has a document that supposedly shows that there was some investigation into Joe Biden. Do I have any proof for this? No. Am I going to come forward and tell you who I am? No. It was absurd from top to bottom. He's pretending it's exactly the same as Donald Trump. Biden is just as corrupt as Trump. No. It's nonsense. All of it. So, anyways, keep listening here.
We celebrate these courageous people. Well, the whistleblower is in fear of their life getting taken right now because there's someone in the Treasury Department that submitted a letter that already back in 2020 detailed information about this network of suspicious activity, 20 corporations, funding that's been going to 9 family members, and so this information.
Okay, this is all made up. Like, literally every last bit of this is made up. None of this was detailed in any kind of a whistleblowing anything. All of it was fabricated by Lance Wallnau, more than likely. Like, it was all completely made up. So, anyways, yeah, this guy is just full of it. Completely.
Information's there. The IRS had to suppress it. The FBI had a copy of it, suppressed it. The CIA knew about it and suppressed it. Obama knew about all this, obviously. He was very well informed.
Oh, obviously, Obama knew about it. Yeah, totally, absolutely.
Maybe that's why he went to Joe and said maybe he shouldn't run in 2016.
Like, this is all just made up, dude. Come on.
Because he knew it was a little sloppy on how he was running stuff. So you got 20 corporations with $10 million going down to 9 family members, including nieces and nephews, have no relationship with what's happening. This is a bombshell. And what's particularly bizarre is the fact that it's only being covered by a handful of media people.
It is bizarre.
It's because there's no evidence of any of it. They provided us with absolutely nothing. If they had given us any evidence at all, it'd be a different situation. It's not being covered because it's nonsense.
That, my friends, tells you. Now, the American people are interested in the story. That's going to be their problem because we are interested in it, the American people. But they have two problems now. They have the exposure of Hunter. It's whatever they do to cover it up. The FBI is stonewalling, giving information, and making themselves. They're going to have a Bud Light moment in about a day.
Okay, I don't know what that means, and I honestly don't care about Hunter even in the least bit. I don't want his duck pics all over the place. I would prefer that, his duck pics be protected, just like I would want Donald Trump's duck pics protected. I don't want anybody getting their pics of waterfowl spread all over the internet because I think that's disrespectful and disgusting. And so I afford to Hunter Biden the same right and respect that I afford to everybody, every single person. But apparently that's just not even on their minds. Like they're looking for any opportunity they can possibly find to hate this person, to lambaste this person, to look for some in where they can destroy their reputation, up to and including revenge porn of them posted to the internet. Does it get lower than what Lance Wallnau is saying and doing right now? Does it get lower? I can't imagine a situation in which it gets lower than this. This is bad. This is sad and disgusting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Look, people clapping for this. People think this is a good thing. It's just disgusting, honestly.
Yeah.
It's Bud Light is coming their way. The American people are going to go, why aren't you turning over? Aren't you the FBI? Isn't that what you do? Because a lot of Americans have been sold on the fact that, Trump and us right-wing extremists. Now they're about to find out we were right all along.
Yeah. Yeah, and listen, the fact it is a crime family, again, we're not pushing the envelope here at all. They can't deny this. In fact, some are calling it a criminal enterprise.
Okay, there is no criminal enterprise that the Bidens have taken part in or whatever. Like, this is just completely made up. It's just some old dude, okay? It's some old dude who beat your guy in an election 2 years ago, 3 years, how many years ago now? Years and years and years and years. When are you going to give this up? Honestly, it's getting embarrassing now. It was embarrassing like months ago. I'm sorry, let me rephrase. It was embarrassing years ago.
Watch.
True Crime podcast, I had Michael Francis. He's the former capo regime of the Colombo crime family. He said, Emily, I had 18 shell companies, all designed to collect illegal money and launder it into foreign banks and other bank accounts. I had 2 federal racketeering cases, 2 state racketeering cases, and of course, I was a member of a criminal enterprise. I know this system and scheme all too well. He went to prison for it. He said unequivocally, the Biden family is a criminal enterprise.
Of course he would say that, because he has a vested interest in convincing people of it. Just absurd, dude.
Shell companies are set up to launder money. This is a RICO investigation if I've ever seen one, and I've seen more than one. But to your point, Kaylee, from the left, crickets.
I mean, because it's all made up. It's all nonsense. It's garbage. You want to give me something real, I will look at it in a real way. I don't even like Biden, okay? I don't even know what they're talking about right now. Like, all of this is completely made up. All of it is fabricated. But they insist on demonizing Biden, whatever it takes. And that's just embarrassing for them, really. Get over yourselves, okay? You lost the election. Move on with your life and find something else to do with it.
All right, so you're talking about Michael Francis there. You know, Jesse, I'm not coming to you because they talked about criminal organizations, but I'm not saying you know anything.
Okay, that's a little suspicious. I don't know what they're talking about there, but alrighty.
I make them an offer they
You
can't
can't
refuse. I can make them an offer.
Now, what do you think? How do we handle this?
Well, I hate to say that, if Biden's got a crime family, that's the dumbest crime family I've ever seen in my entire.
Yeah, exactly. If he's got a crime family, it's not a productive one. I can't believe that people fall for this stuff, that he's got like a crime family or whatever. Like, come on.
I mean, my God. I mean, completely idiotic and everything. But I think this, if we're people, no one's above the law. And I think we have such power as people if we use it. And you see what I'm saying? They say, like the FBI won't turn over that document, and that's a subpoena saying that. Mm-hmm. You know, the way to really stop this thing, and I'm not asking you to do these things, but if they won't obey one, why should you obey one?
Because it's the law. Wow, that's fascinating. He's saying, if they're not going to follow the law, then why should you follow the law? Are you kidding me? You see, this is the type of mindset that leads to complete chaos and hypocrisy. All right, here's an interesting moral conundrum I was faced with recently, and it perfectly illustrates what Jesse Duplantis is talking about right now, okay? Back in 2020 or 2019, somewhere in that vicinity, Trump supporters were going around to gas pumps, sticking stickers on them that said, I did this. They're Biden stickers. And Biden's pointing to gas prices as it racked up. And it said, I did this. Thus tying Biden to gas prices, as though he's got like a gigantic dial on his desk, like that, you know, he can turn gas prices up and down at will if he chose to. It's just nonsense. Well, anyways, it was a propaganda method that was created by who? I have no clue. Somebody created it. But it was actually pretty genius when you think about it. Underhanded, but genius. So they all go around and they stick these Biden stickers on, I did this, all over the place. You've probably seen them. And it convinced the nation that Joe Biden was, like, responsible for gas prices, right? Now, when that happened, I called that out. I decried that. I said, that's wrong. You shouldn't do that. Shouldn't be sticking stickers to a gas pump like that, let alone propagandizing like that. Well, I've just been faced with an opportunity to put some stickers up myself. I live in Manhattan, and I have to take the Q train or the F train or, you know, whatever train. I take the train every now and then, the 6 train. Specifically, this is where I saw them, I think, was on the 6 train. I take the 6 train from time to time, and saw a couple of Jehovah's Witnesses standing next to, like, inside the subway station. Saw them standing next to the, what do you call it? Like, the wall, standing next to the wall, like near the entrance to the subway. They haven't paid for their tickets in yet. This is still public area that they're in, right? That they're operating out of. So these people are standing there spreading their propagandistic materials to everybody around them. And I am not welcome in their vicinity. I'm not welcome around them because I'm an ex-Jehovah's Witness. They don't want anything to do with me. If they knew I was a Jehovah's Witness, if they knew who I was, they would look away from me and not look at me again. They would shun me. They wouldn't give me the time of day if I asked, hey, can you tell me what time it is? They avert their eyes and pretend I'm a ghost. Pretend I'm not there. It's in the rules. And if they break that rule and say, yeah, it's 2:33 or something like that. If they break those rules, they are now at risk of being shunned themselves. They are at risk of losing access to their friends, their family, the people that they've known their entire lives. So I happened across this thing called, hang on, let me see. Did I get any fans just now? I didn't get any fans. Why didn't I get any fans? Really? I didn't get anything that I wanted. Are you serious? I came here for fans and batteries. I didn't get either of them. Damn it. So I come across this thing. I forget what it's called exactly, but there are these posters. Let's see if I get... okay, I got at least one battery. Battery, fan, battery. Really? I got 2 batteries, 1 fan. Okay, I need a lot more than that. That's kind of annoying. Like, lay it on me. Give me what I need. Let me see. There's got to be one that gives fans and battery. Oh, wait. Oh, there is one. Check this shit out. It gives big wheels, too. Okay. So let me just give you some examples of some of these stickers that you can put up. Okay? I guess a company, basically, put up a bunch of, or put the time into designing these stickers. Stand if you're able. Here's one. Jehovah's Witnesses are the world's largest doomsday cult. Here's another. Are you one of Jehovah's Witnesses, but some things don't make sense? You're not alone. All the QR codes either go to the subreddit or go to an ABC documentary on Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses protect pedophiles. The Jehovah's Witnesses destroy lives. You know, it's a bunch of stuff, basically. Now, I was faced recently with the conundrum of posting those images, or getting those stickers and posting them up where the Jehovah's Witnesses stand. That would absolutely get rid of the Jehovah's Witnesses from that area. Because those stickers are not easy to pull out. They're not easy to get rid of, right? And Jehovah's Witnesses would not feel comfortable standing there anymore, proselytizing, spreading their garbage, and pulling in new people on my subway line. So I've seriously considered doing that, like by, putting that up. But when you think about it, that is exactly what Trump supporters did, isn't it? They put up stickers, and I complained about that. How can I, in good conscience, complain about Trump supporters doing, putting up stickers and doing exactly what I'm complaining about? How can I, in good conscience, do what what Trump supporters did and complain about it? So, anyways, it's been a little bit of a conundrum for me. I think the conclusion that I've come to already is, as long as it's on public property, I don't really see a problem with it. People stick stickers to light poles and stuff all the time, but gas pumps are unique in that, they are there for a very specific reason and for a specific thing. Like, you can't just put whatever on a gas pump. There are regulations and things about what you're allowed to have on a gas pump, and these people are putting this stuff on. But what's Jesse Duplantis say about this conundrum I found myself in?
It's a subpoena saying that. Mm-hmm. The way to really stop this thing, and I'm not asking you to do these things, but if they won't obey one, why should you obey one?
if they're not going to do it, why should you do it? If they're going to stick stuff to gas pumps, then why don't you stick stuff to gas pumps? That logic leads to complete nonsense. There is no logic to be found there. That shows that he has no principle. None. He doesn't have any respect or forethought for anything. All he cares about is getting one over on his enemy. That's it. He has no principles to speak of. Getting one over on his enemy and getting money. That's it. That's Jesse Duplantis. And more broadly, that's Flashpoint. That's what they're all about. That's what they've always been about. Anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments. These people are just disgusting to me.